So the first one says, a family of 12 purchased concert tickets that cost $27 each. How much did they spend? Well, there's a family of 12, that's a lot of people, and each ticket costs 27, so that's the definition of multiplication. If every ticket costs 27 and they bought 12 of them, then we have to multiply to figure out how all of that, the sum total of all the money that they paid. All right, and so we just do that as two-digit multiplication. $27 each, 12 tickets, we multiply. On the right-hand side, 2 times 7 is 14, carry the 1. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. Now we drop to the next line and add our 0. And then we go here, we erase this so we don't get confused. 1 times 7 gives us 7. 1 times 2 gives us 2. So then we draw a line and add. 4 plus the 0 gives us the 4. 7 plus the 5 will give us 12, so we write a 2, carry the 1, and then 2 plus 1 is 3. So they paid actually $324 for all of those tickets. All right, the next problem says a class has 24 textbooks and each book has 241 pages. How many pages are there in all the books put together? So again, definition of multiplication, 24 books and each book has so many pages, 241 pages. So in order to figure that out, we need to multiply to figure out the total number of pages. So we have 241 times 24. Now we line it up so that the 24 is pushed to the right and everything's lined up. We work on the right-hand side. 4 times 1 gives us 4. 4 times 4 gives us 16, so we write the 6, carry the 1. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. And now we want to drop to the next level, so we put a 0 here and we erase the one that we carried so we don't get confused. 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 4 is 8, and 2 times 2 is 4. So we draw a line and add up. 4 plus 0 gives us the 4. 6 plus 2 will give us 8. 9 plus 8, if you think about it, 17. So we put the 7 and carry the 1, and 4 plus 1 is 5. So there's 5,784 pages because it's a lot of books, and each book has a lot of pages. That's why there's so many pages in all. All right, so the last question says a factory makes 437 shoes per day. That's what the factory can do. The factory runs 5 days a week. How many shoes are made in 3 weeks? So here we have to think a little bit. Okay, we know that the factory makes 437 shoes every day. And we know the factory runs only 5 days a week, and we know that we were interested in 3 weeks. So the first thing we need to do is figure out how many days is the factory running in this problem. Well, if the factory is running for 3 weeks and only 5 days in a week, see, normally there's 7 days in a week, but you have to give those guys days off. 5 times 3 is 15 days that this factory is running that we care about, 15 days. And we now know also that the shoes can be made at a rate of 437 shoes per day. Now we know how many days they're running. So we combine these two things, 437 days, shoes every day times 15 days. That's going to be a quick way to figure out how many shoes altogether. So 5 times 7 is 35, so we put the 5, carry the 3. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 3 is 18, so we put the 8, carry the 1. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 1 is 21. Okay? Then we go down to the next level and add a 0. And we erase what we carried so we don't get confused. 1 times 7 will then be 7. 1 times 3 will give us 3. 1 times 4 will give us 4. And then we just add all of this up. 5 plus 0 is 5. 8 plus 7 is 15. So we put the 5, carry the 1 up here. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 3 is 5. And then here, finally, we have 2 plus 4 is 6. So 6,555 shoes. 6,555 shoes, that's because the factory can do 437 per day, and they're doing it 5 days a week for 3 weeks. So we first find out how many days the factory's running, and then we multiply by how many shoes per day, and that will tell us 6,555.